I did promise myself not to make such videos anytime soon, but sometimes circumstances force your hand, right? So unfortunately, even though we're trying to shy away from projects that are quote-unquote shady and are Ponzi-like, there will still be such projects coming in, and that train will never stop because greed overpowers realism and slow growth. Now this one right here has been created by X Drip Chillers, so you might have known them. They have YouTube channels. They were all over the place in terms of not only chilling drip but also chilling Ponzi. So there were so many rugs and Ponzi schemes and miners and so on and so forth under their belt, and of course they get paid X amount of money, they invest some, and then they chill it, they get referral rewards, and at the end of the day, if it trucks, they're fine because they still kept some money from the money they were paid. So it's a nice blueprint for small YouTubers slash chillers, and it's also good for the scammers. Who knows, maybe they were in cahoots, but I'm not gonna, just make assumptions, but I think they're just gonna always say that invest at your own risk, etc., but you know the drill already. So I didn't want to make this video actually, but because I saw some comments on the Telegram chat and all over basically Telegram in some rooms, I decided to have a look at this. Like, is it actually doing what it's advertising that it's doing? Now, first of all, two things to note here. All right, so if you recall, I did a video on the channel where I spoke about the Ponzi blueprint, and the Ponzi blueprint had several factors. 2 or 3 in this case major factors that you would consider when it comes to a Ponzi scheme is 1, locked capital, fixed return, and affiliate program related to the aforementioned. Affiliate program is okay. I mean, it depends on how projects are, approaching it, but overall, when it comes to a fixed return plus a fixed capital, affiliate program is usually right tied to the Ponzi scheme itself. And those 3 criteria are visible here. So now you cannot see it because I haven't connected my wallet, to be honest, on this wallet specifically. But if you enter this and you connect your wallet, you'll see that you can invest in this USDT pool on Binance, so on the BNB chain, and the lockup period when you invest is 250 days, so that will be 250 days, and the return is fixed at 0.39%. So right off the bat, you have signals that this is potentially, again, a Ponzi scheme or a Ponzi-like scheme. So not necessarily a pure Ponzi scheme, but potentially something similar. Now they have accumulated 3.1 mil. Again, you will see it if you connect your wallet. You can create a stake and you can, you know the drill, claim, compound, etc. Remember, this is only a number on the screen. So your daily return doesn't actually exist yet. It's only a number on the screen. Now, they are saying that they're making yield through concentrated liquidity pools. Now, first of all, I'm not going to expect X Drip Chillers to be, anywhere near experts in concentrated liquidity pools. So that's obviously a red flag here, but let's assume that this is the case, right? Let's assume that they are doing just that. And where do we have concentrated liquidity pools? We have them on Uniswap, for example, on Aerodrome Finance, on Base, but these guys have the money on the Binance Smart Chain. So there isn't many options on the Binance Smart Chain. There is Uniswap, PancakeSwap actually, and potentially DEFI. But is it really the case? Are they actually taking that USDT and then switching it to I don't know what assets and doing what they're saying they're doing? Is it visible on chain? Because it should be, right? It's a DeFi quote-unquote platform, but remember, so far the elements suggest that it's a Ponzi-like scheme. So I took the liberty of investing a tiny amount just to follow the trades, just to follow the track and see where this is gonna lead us. So let's look at this real quick. Just FYI, before I do this, the branding of this is very similar to Alpaca Finance. Now, if you're not familiar with Alpaca Finance, they used to be a yield farming platform. Now, I think they're almost dried out. They still have the lending pool, but still. And also the branding is similar to this DGen protocol. So again, also the buzzwords, I didn't show you this, but when you enter the landing page, you will see join the revolution. So Remember, those are all, so far at least, elements of a Ponzi-like scheme. Let's move forward, all right? So like I said, I did put a bit of money. Now, just so you know, when you do invest in this, right off the bat, money gets sent to a contract, which is this one, this contract right here. So let's use DBank for better visuals. So first things first, whenever you do an investment, a stake, like this one, for example, this is mine, by the way, I put in $4, the money is sent from your wallet to that contract. Now, this is what I assume is a buffer pool, meaning if anybody wants to make a claim, they will take money from here, at least for now, because deposits are still coming. So that quote-unquote buffer pool will stay steady, more or less, and then money will be taken from here up until the point where there's no money and they have to, you know, put in money, so inject. Now, a bit further down the line, you will see that, of course, because there's 3 million, so they have moved a lot of that, the majority of that, somewhere. So they should invest into concentrated liquidity pools. But are they though? So I took a few examples and two main wallets came to mind. So first of all, they are sending packs of 40K, 20K, 60K. For example, here you will see that they have sent 60K to this wallet. Here you will see that they have sent 40K to this wallet. And the first trace is that this is the wallet I was just referencing. You see the spike, this is where the money is sent to, and then when it goes down, meaning they moved it somewhere. Now, if we follow the trace a bit further, another burner wallet, so you have the main contract, two burner wallets, and the first quote-unquote recipient wallet is this one. So there's approximately 380K on this wallet, which is a bit more like 12% of the total value locked, quote-unquote. And lo and behold, these, you know, all of them are just alts just sitting on the Binance Smart Chain. So 380K worth of the money invested has bought alts. Like if you look at the transactions here, you will see that it's the case. And these alts are just sitting there, all right? So yeah, you can clearly see what's going on here. For example, here they bought this. I don't know what that is, but this doesn't look like concentrated liquidity pooling to me, at least so far. The second wallet, go through this burner wallet, and here's the interesting part. As you can see, spike, then it goes down because money is received, then they send it out, and there it goes. So money eventually is being sent. If you scroll down, you will see the transactions. So here, for example, 60K to Binance, 49K to Binance. Here is where they received the money. Now, if we go a bit further, okay, this is where it ends. This is where the trail ends. Now, there are so many more like this, but unfortunately, I'm not gonna have the time to track all of the movements on chain, but you get the point, right? So why would they go, you know, all the trouble into moving money from one wallet to the next, to the next, to the next, and then that money ends up somewhere like this where it has risky alts here, or it goes to Binance because then they move it from Binance to somewhere else where they can do whatever the hell they want. And nobody will be able to tell what's going on because nobody can catch those wallets. And if they were, you know, so transparent and so forward-looking and face-looking, they would show you on the bank what's happening, how those concentrated liquidity pools are performing, and what's going on, right? And if you know CL, and if you've been doing CL, there's no such thing as a fixed return. Why do they need to lock up your capital? Because potentially they won't make anywhere near this, and then when the day comes, because they are foreseeing that some would withdraw, some would add money. So again, it is, by the looks of it, a Ponzi-like scheme. There's no proof of anything. And if there was, we should see it. Or not me, because I don't care, but people who are invested should see it. Now, to give you another example of a project that is fully transparent, I'm going to talk about Numerical because this is something that is out there. First of all, there's no promised return. If you look at the DApp, you will see that so far the return has been hovering between 52 and 60% because you have your epoch, you know, the graph of the epoch straightened out. And even if you want to verify that APR, you can do that yourself by using your reward as a reference to the TVL. So you see, there's no fixed return. It depends on what the market is performing and how the strategies are doing. And another thing, you can follow up all that TVL here. It's very straightforward. I will add a link, a debug link soon actually, because I want to make things more transparent. But you can clearly see that that money is on chain. It hasn't moved through burner wallets. It hasn't moved anywhere shady. It's just sitting here, and you can follow up what's happening behind the scenes. So now you see two sides of the coin, right? So you have on one hand people going a long way to move things around in order to quote unquote confuse people, and they don't want to share what's going on in the background. Now, of course, they might say that, yeah, because we don't want to share our strategies, but let's not go there. So Ponzi-like scheme. And on the other, you have a project who's face forward, and usually projects like this who do not give a fixed return are not gonna get a lot of love, but at least they grow slowly, and eventually, because of transparency and because of performance, they would potentially get more popular than projects like this. And I really hope that you understand the difference here, and I really hope that, you know, eventually all of this money flowing into projects like this will, you know, take a break, will, you know, rethink it over and understand what's going on. And marketing, unfortunately, is so misleading. And because of this, and because of the idea that I can count on a fixed return and I'm gonna get rich from it, these projects will still strive. Now, all of the links for our projects will be in the description below. You can join our community, you can ask questions. We are potentially a very objective community, one of the most. Any sort of opinion is appreciated, but please keep it within the norms of respect. And with that, see you in the next one. Have a good one.